students, welcome back. Today we are going to discuss one brand new chapter, Geographical Representation, chapter 23. So I hope you are all familiar with the graph, right? Some basic statistics we have learned. Now we are going to learn little advanced version of what we have learned in the previous classes. So in this chapter we will be dealing with histograms, ogive, that is more than ogive and less than ogive, frequency polygon, etc. So all you need is that have patience and stay tuned to this video. So histogram. A histogram is a two-dimensional graphical representation of continuous frequency distribution. In this case, rectangles are drawn with bases proportional to class interval and heights proportional to frequencies of respective classes. Okay, so I'm just drawing like a, so let it this be a, this be a class. So in a sense that rectangles are drawn with base proportional to class interval, bases proportional to the class interval and height proportional to the frequency. So frequency will come here and class interval will come here. Okay, so 0 to 10, let it be a class. Okay, then 20, again 30, again 40, again 50. Okay, and frequency will be like a 5, 10, 15, 20. The like a speciality of frequency polygon is that the first one, okay, 0 to class and 0 to 10, the frequency let it be 15. So we will be drawing in this manner. Okay, and 10 to 20 and 20 to 30. Okay, 10 to 20, the frequency is 20. Okay, so we'll just extend the line till here 20, and we know that till 30 also the same, till 30. So we will just extend it. Okay, so here did you observe something? There is no gap between, right? So that is a speciality. See, for example, let this be a class and let this be one another class. Okay, so here we observe one thing, there is no gap, right? Where is the gap? There is no gap between the bars or rectangles, right? And we are like a corresponding to the corresponding to the respective frequency, we are just marking. Okay, and we are drawing it proportional to the frequency, which is frequency of the respective classes. See, for example, 40 to 50, what is the frequency of 40 to 50? The frequency is 15, right? Same manner. And 30 to 40, what is the frequency? 5, right? So this is the way by which we will be drawing the histogram. I'll be explaining you in detail little more. Again, histogram for continuous grouped data. So we'll be with the help of an example we'll discuss. Starting from 0, draw a histogram to represent the following: class interval 0 to 8, 8 to 16, 16 to 24, 24 to 32 and 32 to 40. So what is the speciality do you observe? So the class width, right, or size of the class is how much? 8, right? Each class is having a size of 8 and frequency is 6, 9, 12, 10, 5. So the highest frequency we observed here, the highest frequency is 12 and the highest class is 40. So these are the two observations we made initially. Now we know that we'll just draw the histogram in such a way that we'll draw the x-axis and draw the y-axis, and we will mark the class intervals here: 0 to 8, then 8 to 16, 16 to 24, then 24 to 32, 32 to 40 and 48. See, do you observe here something? Okay, this is a class, again second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth. Okay, and we observe that there is no gap, right? There is no gap between the rectangles which is drawn here. Now 0 to 8, what is the class coming here? 0 to 8, the class is 6, and 8 to 16, 9. We'll take the 2. Okay, now just observe here, 0 to 8 we have marked as 6, right? So we have marked it as see, so a particular class is over, and when it again comes to one another class, 9, right? The second one is 9. So the speciality you observe 8, then 9 will be here, approx the middle, right? And we'll be drawing the 9 here in this manner. We'll fill it. And again the next one we'll just observe, and the next one is 12, then 10, then 5. 12, 10 and 5. See here, 12, next one is 12, big, then 10, right? 10 and 5. See 5 also it is in between, right? 4, then 5 and 6. So corresponding to 5 it is coming here approx. So we are marking again it here. Understood how the histogram is coming here. So this is all about a histogram. Yeah. Now one more like a graph I'll explain. Draw a histogram to represent the following. Here do you observe something? It is not starting from 0 to 150, right? It is starting from straight away from 150 to 200, right? That is a speciality which, and the highest one is 350 to 400, and the highest frequency is 10. Okay, so the lowest value, highest value, then the lowest value, the highest frequency we have observed. Okay, now we will draw something in this manner. Yeah, so we are going to fold the page, right? 0 to 150 we don't know. Okay, we don't have an idea about it. So what we will do, we will just fold here, right? This is what is known as like in a zigzag manner we will draw something here. Okay, in a zigzag manner we will draw and we will fold the page. Now this much area of the graph we have folded, and we are straight away starting with a 150, then 150 to 200, then 200 to 250, then again 250 to 300, again 300 to 350. Okay, and it keeps on going till 350 to 400. So we have drawn the class interval here. Okay, so in the graph, and again we are going to observe the frequency. 150 to 200, what was the frequency given upside? 10, right? See, in the graph we have marked 10. So this is the area where we will be getting the 10, right? Yeah, perfect. And the second one is 5. See, then 0, then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 is coming here, right? So we'll just draw it accordingly. See, 5. Okay, and the next one is 7, 6 and 7, middle of it. Then 4 is directly here, 4, and 3 is just after. So 3 is here. Now I'll just tell you something about this graph. You can observe one thing, like a graph is starting in this manner: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Always it will be in this manner only. I have to start from 0. Okay, 0, then 1, 2, okay, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, then 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so this is the way how we draw, how we just count the number of like how we mark the frequency. Okay, so this is an easy way by which we can just mark the frequency. See, for example, if like a graph is coming, okay, in this manner, in such a way that we have to draw. So I am just drawing it here. Okay, so I have to the frequency is up to let it be up to 100. Okay, let it be up to 100. So I'll just show it here. Yeah, I hope so. Yeah. So just focus on here. Okay, so this is the way. So it is starting from 0, then 10, then 20, then 30, then 40, and 40 and 50. So each classes we have mentioned separately, right? So now just observe that the frequency given us, like the first frequency is 10, second frequency is 13, and the third frequency is 23, right? So the first frequency 0 to 10, then 10 to 20, then 20 to 30. Just imagine. So 0 to 10, the class interval is 10, right? So we can easily draw it here and we will shade it here. Done. Okay, and the next one is 20 to 30 is how much? 13. The next one is 13. So after 10 we will count from here. One, like we know that till it is 10 here, right? Then 11, 12, 13. So this is the top bar. This is where it is supposed to come. Now we will draw the lines accordingly. Okay, and the next one is 23, right? So we know that up to here it is 20. Up to here it is 20. Then from here we will count 20, 21, 22 and 23. So this is the area. Understood? So in this manner we will just complete the graph. Okay, and we will shade it. Shading is not compulsory, but we will shade it so that the graph will look nicely. Okay, once you shade it with the help of a pencil, it will look nicely. So this is the way how we just draw the graph. I know that you are familiar with this. I am just helping you going through a quick revision. Okay, and this is known as zigzag or break. Okay, zigzag curve or like a break, king break, and it is just like drawn in the zigzag manner to show that that much page is folded. So it is a representation only. Okay, it is just if you draw something, we cannot fold it in the like a graph, no. So we are just representing that this much portion is actually folded, and we are directly starting from 150. Now 11 to 20. So the lowest one is 11 and the highest one is 60. Okay, now this is not a continuous group, right? 11 to 20, then 21 to 30, then 31 to 40. So which means that the class interval is not, this is inclusive class interval, right? So what we can do is here minus 0.5 and plus 0.5, right? So yeah, so 11 to 20 we can write in this manner, 10.5 to 20.5, and the second one will be 20.5 to 30.5. Okay, so in this manner we can just convert the class interval. So just see, it is 10.5 because minus 0.5, minus 0.5, and here plus 0.5. So this term we can see it here, and this term we can see it here. So 0.5 minus 0.5, and here we have added 0.5. So it will be 10.5 and 20.5. Got it? Similarly, in the same manner, 21.5 minus, so I am just putting in this manner 0.5, then minus 0.5, right? Minus 0.5. So you will get a 30.5, and here you will get a 20.5. And again, so similarly we understood that one thing, it is clear that 11, see, it has become 10.5, then again 20.5, right? And again we observed one thing, that this 20.5 is coming again here in this manner, right? Again 30.5, 30.5, okay, and again 40.5, 40.5, and again 50.5, 50.5. So now the class intervals are coming equal. So that is a speciality which we can observe now, right? So this is a speciality which we can observe. Now we can easily draw it. We are folding because starting this much area is not there. So zigzag line, and we are folding it. After folding it, then we are drawing it 0 to 10.5, 10.5 to 20.5, 30.5, 40.5, and it goes on. And frequency we are marking it accordingly. So now I hope that these things are clear to you. Again, when class marks are given, See, for example, here there is no class interval given, just a class mark is only given. So how to draw a histogram with the help of a class marker? Now we'll just find out that since the difference between the value of any two consecutive class mark is 10, therefore subtract 10 upon 2, that is 5 from each class mark to get the lower limit of the corresponding class interval, and add 5 to the each class mark to get the upper class limit. So here what we have to do is that we know that 35 okay. Yeah, it's not coming, whatever it is. Okay, leave it. Here we know that 65 minus 55, we know that it is 10. We will just confirm it with the one another. Again, 55 minus 45, we got it as 10 only, and we will just confirm with this also. 35 minus 25, right? So we understood that the class size is 10 only, right? So like now it is 25. So how to make it? It is the mid value, right? So plus dash divided by 2 equal to 25, right? Something divided by 2 equal to 25, which means that we know something like which we understood that from this which means that we understood that if you add both, you will get what? 50. This plus this equal to 50, right? So which means that now we understood that one thing which is clear to us, 25 is the mid value, so which means that minus 5 should be subtracted from here and plus 5 should be added from this midpoint. So 20 plus 30, which we will be getting 50, which is exactly equal here. Clear about this? Will not go in depth. Simply it is understood that a corresponding class interval, add 5 to the class mark to get the upper limit, and subtract 5 to get the lower limit. So 25 was the one which we were having, 25 minus 5 and 25 plus 5. So we will get a 30 here, and here we will get a 20. Understood? So once the class is set, then the frequency we have to copy in the same manner only. There is nothing to be done, and the balance graph is same. So I am not going to deal further. Fantastic, it's not removing. Yeah, it's done. Okay, so this class is also now cumulative frequency and cumulative frequency table. Cumulative frequency, I know that you are familiar in class 9. Now we'll just revise once again. Cumulative frequency means adding up each like a consecutive value. Okay, so for like the first class interval, and the frequency is how much? 3, right? Again we will be adding, first one is 3 and second one is 3 plus 6, which is equal to 9. What is written here? 3 plus 6 equal to 9. Again the next class is 3 plus 6 plus 10, that is 9 plus 10 equal to 19. Now the next one will be 19 the next one will be 19 plus 8. How much it will be? 27. Again 27 plus 4, which is equal to 31. That is only given here. So each when you find the cumulative frequency, you have to add along with it. The first one will be 0, less than 20 will be always 0, because we know that 20 to 25 it is 3. So it means that below 20 there is no value. That is why we have given 0. Below 25 means what? This is 3, right? Below 30 means what? Below 30 means till from like a below 25 means what? 0 to 25. We know that it is 3, right? Because to 20 to 25 it is 3 only. Now below 30 means what? 0 to 30. From class 0 to 30. What will be coming? Already 3 is there. 20 to 25 plus 6. So total it will be 9. That is why it is called a less than 30 9. Again less than 35. Again it is coming 19. Less than 40 it is getting 27. Less than 45 it is getting 31. So this is the manner how we are writing the frequency, cumulative frequency. Now how to construct an ogive, okay, or cumulative frequency curve or an ogive. So ogive means what? Which is also known as cumulative frequency curve. So it's very important to learn the ogive. Draw a cumulative frequency curve which is known as ogive for the following distribution. The class is given, a normal class interval with frequency is given. Okay, a simple question. Now already we have got the frequency here, right? Already we have got the frequency here. Now simply we have to add the first one, cumulative frequency CF, right? Cumulative, the short form we can write CF. The first one will be, okay, less than 5, 0, then less than 10, 7, then less than 15. How much it is less than 15? 7 plus 9, right? So it means that 16. Then less than 20. 16 plus 12, 18, 28, right? Again less than 25. How much it is coming? 28 plus 8 equal to 36. Again less than 30. How much it is coming? 36 plus 6 equal to 42. So this is the way how we are going to write the less than frequency curve. Okay, less than frequency curve. So already they have given, simply they have mentioned here cumulative frequency only. So we'll just go with that only. Now just observe very closely. 0 to 5 to 10, right? Already we have folded because it is still 0 to 5 there is no class, right? So we have folded it here. You can observe, you can see it here, right? Already we have folded, and we know that the 5 to 10 is how much? 5 to 10. So this is 5 and yeah, this is 5 going, and this is yeah. Now there is one important thing which you need to observe is that as I told less than 5, or at 5 what is less than 5 is? Less than 5 is 0. That is why it will be here only. Less than 5 is here and this mark. So this is the point where it is intersecting. Again 5 to 10 means what? The highest frequency is 10, right? So the 10 will be going in this manner. And what is the frequency given in the question? 7, right? So we know that the 7 will be coming here. 1 let it be 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So let it be 7. We are expecting it here. So 7 will be drawing in this manner. So this is the area where we are getting 10, 7. The class mark 10 and frequency 7, right? The next one is 10 to 15. What is the class like a frequency, cumulative frequency? Because it is increasing, right? So we understood the cumulative frequency is 16 and the next one is 28. So in this class we'll be drawing in this manner, and 16, right? So this will be almost 15, so 16 will be approx here. See, it is coming here, and the next one is 28, right? So 20 we will be drawing it first, then 28, right? We know that it here, so approx just below here, the scale, straight scale. So this is the area where we are getting it. Approx it will be here. Okay, so this is all about so this is how we are going to draw the cumulative frequency. This is known as the cumulative frequency. So I hope now you are clear about the cumulative frequency. So there is two type of cumulative frequency, positive cumulative frequency and negative cumulative frequency. These things are not mentioned in our syllabus, so we are not going to discuss. So there is now the less than and more than. Okay, less than cumulative frequency and more than cumulative frequency. These are the two types of cumulative frequency. Okay, so now we will not be discussing it here because it is not part of syllabus, and we also don't have time. So an ogive is always started from the point on the x-axis representing the lower limit of the first class and is terminated at the upper limit. The ogive that we are studying in this chapter is also less than ogive. What it is? See here, it is less than ogive. That is why I have written less than frequency. Okay, less than 5, less than 10. That is why I have mentioned it. The ogive of this type drawn alongside is known as less than ogive. Okay, and there is one more ogive, and that is known as more than ogive. And the speciality of more than ogive is that the more than ogive will be starting from here. And see, for example, I am marking some points here, so it will be easy. See, for example, according to here, the starting point here, then let it be this 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 point here, and let it be this point yeah, here. Okay, so the curve will be coming in this manner. So this is known as more than ogive, and this is known as less than ogive. Okay, so this is all about this particular chapter. So go through it, and it's a very easy topic. You can easily complete it. If you have any doubts, you can just ask in the comment section in the below this video. Okay, and don't forget to watch the complete video, and if you have any doubts, you can just ask the questions. Okay, good day to you all.